Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is going to be a continuation of kind of what we were doing yesterday, where, yesterday we had Chizuru taking out Asura hard mode, the trial version, all by herself. Today we're going to be doing the same basic idea with Olivera, now that Olivera has their intrinsic ability, which makes them quite powerful. We're going to be doing the same thing. Olivera is going to be taking out Asura hard mode. And here is the team that we're going with. It's actually the same team, except for we swapped out Kaito for Bulwark. So we've got Bulwark here instead of Kaito to do some dark support and stuff like that. Also, we added an Esper to Shira. The reason for that is this Esper happens to have the Imperil spell learned. That way, Shira can apply an Imperil for us on turn 2 instead of Kaito doing it. So we're trying to work it out a little bit. But again, only this gear, no abilities, whatever. And then beyond that, Sylvie is not wearing anything, Ling is not wearing anything, and Bulwark is not wearing anything. But our companion unit is, and so I'll go ahead and show you their gear. Darren was able to go ahead and build us an Olivera, and this is in the shift form, of course, and they are just built for tons and tons of MP, and some killers. There we go. And the intrinsic ability is very important. Also has the Dazzling Demoness Vision card, and that allows Olivera to have the True Double Hand, as well as really high MP, which is very important. And then we've got some killers for human, for demon, and for reaper. You can see that there, and that's going to help us to do some damage. So that said, let's go ahead and get into this and take Asura down again using basically one unit to do damage. All right, so we're going to be doing the same basic idea. On the start of the fight, Shira is going to entrust to Ling. That way Ling can do the shifted LB. That way we stay alive on the threshold. There we go. Sylvie is using her shifted LB to boost up Olivera. Bulwark is going to double, and we're going to do Shadow Serenade for an Amplify for dark damage and an Imperil for dark damage. And then do a Spirit Break on the boss with Bulwark's theme. There we go. And then all Olivera is going to have to do is just do the Limit Burst. Pretty straightforward. Asura comes back. We predicted this, right? There we go. And this time, instead of Shira doing and trusting, Shira's going to be doing Imperil. So we're going to start with Sylvie and use defense, offense, and I've got your back to refill LB for Olivera. There we go. Bulwark, now that Bulwark has some LB available, we're going to go to the base form and use Bulwark's Blare for an Instrument Imperil, Kupo Clang to reduce the boss's stats again, and then you can use whatever you want. Cactuar Canter is fine. Doesn't really matter. There we go. Ling is going to, if we can, I don't think we have enough, do a medium stance to do Reaper Killer, and we don't have enough, so that's fine. We'll just go ahead and do one. We'll just do Reaper Killer. There we go. If you have enough LB for both of them, Human Killer and Reaper Killer is good. If you don't, just use one or the other. It doesn't really matter. And then Shira is going to Imperil. If you don't know, Imperil, the upgraded green magic form, does 100% to all elements, which is really very flexible and useful. And you can grab this off of several Espers. So yeah, definitely do that. There we go. And here's where Asura is sitting right now. No stat buffs, has all these breaks and bonus damage from instruments and all these imperils. So Olivera, who is similarly buffed up pretty well, right? With magic stat doesn't really matter. We have 16,000 MP, has all these boosts on, adds dark damage, boosts dark damage, damage against all these different enemies, which is just Reapers, yeah. Technically has lowered ice resistance, but you know what? We don't care because we're going to kill this thing on turn 1. And there's the fight. Go ahead and show you the breakdown of the damage so that you can see what Olivera is bringing to the table. But I think that's pretty cool. Here we go. 6.2 billion damage there. So that's pretty rad. Pretty rad for you know, for a unit that a lot of people didn't like when they first came out. The intrinsic abilities are just changing the game so much. Changing the game so much. It's pretty cool. So there we are. Asura taken out once again by a new intrinsic ability. So keep an eye out. We're gonna be doing some more of these. I'm enjoying playing with the intrinsic abilities and seeing how they change units around a lot and make them a lot stronger. So yeah, stick around for the next one, and we'll see you then.